Is that good?
It's good.
What
It's
is it?
amazing. It is just iced coffee with a little heavy cream. Nautical bean. Shout out.
Nice. Hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to the Weekly Thruster. I got a strange face on the show today, but I like having special guests on. And this guy, if you guys don't already know, this is Mr. Ryan Hernandez with a Z at the end. And he owns a little company that you know from here is Clean Machine Meals. He's a local chef, and I mean chef. He's not a
Not a
people
cook.
call it not a cook,
Not
a
a cook.
chef.
I work my way up past that.
Yeah.
We're past
So
past that phase.
amazing. We have his meals here at the gym. They get delivered every Monday, and it's fantastic. So we're going to talk a little bit about food today, and food is very, very important. Can't out CrossFit a bad diet. Maybe you could if you're Rich Froning or Keanu, but we're
But
not.
he's not here today to back that up.
He's not.
Neither of them are actually here today. So
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and go on.
So, yeah, Ryan and I met at CrossFit Gym in 2011 or 12, somewhere in there. It's been a really long time, and he's just a wonderful human being. So, anyway, let's get right into it, Ryan. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. First thing I wanted to talk about is this may seem obvious, but take us in depth of what the difference maybe inside of our body, what's happening to it, the difference between whole foods and processed foods. I mean, we know we need to shop on the outside of the grocery store or the farmers markets or whatnot, and all the chemicals on the inside are bad for us, but tell us why.
Well, I mean, as you know, since the beginning of time, like eating whole foods has been a thing. Started growing and eating off your own crops. You know, whole foods being whole animal products, things that grow on the ground naturally that we get, vegetables, seeds, nuts, meats, pretty much like paleo, as they like to call it.
No sugar, little starch.
Right.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. Whole foods are just good for your body because you're able to digest them naturally as opposed to processed foods with all the added junk that they take out flour, so they take out gluten, then put it back in. Your body's just not able to process it at all and not do well, which is why you don't feel well after you eat them, which is why you get muscle inflammation and food babies are sticking way out, look like you're pregnant, but you're a dude, so it's not really a thing.
I thought that was beer.
If there's gluten in beer,
okay, that's a whole different topic. We're gonna piss a lot of people off talking about beer. But yeah, so I've noticed that I feel a lot better. I mean, just all around when I don't eat that stuff. When I eat food that doesn't have an ingredient label on it. I don't feel like I'm ready to go.
Yeah. I mean, you should, because otherwise all these processed things are what stick inside you and your body's slowly digesting them. So, after you eat lunch, eat a big lunch, you go out to eat, you go to Habit, you go, I don't know, what's around here? What's a great place that's not that great, but great?
Stein's.
Okay.
I love Stein's.
Okay, you got
so good.
Somewhere that's not great. Anyway,
it's
yeah.
just
or let's just go with you overeat, or and you're completely full and you can't move, go into a food coma. These are issues everyone has because as Americans, am I jumping around here?
No, portion control is next on the list.
Okay,
yeah.
So we're gonna jump into it. Portion control and mixed with all this. As Americans, we've always been taught. I mean, I know when I went out to eat with my parents, they told me to eat all the food on my plate. But you go somewhere, let's say like McClintock's or AJ Spurs, and you have a plate, bigger than your head, and there's all this food on there.
They keep bringing it out. And your parents were like, "Don't throw that away. Don't waste it.
We're gonna take it home, right? Because you get enough food to where you literally can't take another bite, and you're sick to your stomach, but you still have an entire another meal for the next day. As Americans, we've been taught that's normal. That is not normal, and it's not okay. That's why obesity is a huge factor and not great here in America. We don't know anything about portion control. You don't know how to, and mostly every time you've eaten until you literally can't take another bite. And that is not how you're supposed to eat. You're supposed to eat until you are content with what you're eating because you don't want to go into a food coma. You don't want to feel sick. You want to be able to go back to your job whenever that happens. That's another subject. But you want to be able to go back to your desk and not feel like you need to take a nap or can't do your job because when you control your portions, you're content and you're full, and you're optimizing your body with fuel that's clean in order to keep going, not for it to shut down.
That makes a lot of sense.
Does it?
It does, right?
I was just winging it.
Yeah. you're an expert. That's what we can do. So what about the people that are like, well, I'm just gonna eat one really big meal. I'm too busy. Like,
There's a big issue with that. There are a lot of people that talk, well, I just eat one giant meal a day and I'm good. It's good, bad, mostly bad. Because what you're doing is, let's say you're eating. If you're like me, I'm a chef, so I'm used to eating over a garbage can, getting it in or whatever, and then going back to work because that's what we do. But if you're eating, let's say within 10 or 15 minutes, you're eating one big meal a day. One, going into a food coma. Two, you're spiking all your insulin levels, and you're going to end up crashing. Three, what happens to the rest of the 23 hours and 30 minutes of the day? What's your body doing? What's it doing without all that food? It's starving. It is literally starving. And so you put that one giant meal in your body, 23 hours, 30 minutes the rest of the day, your body goes, hey, I don't know when I'm going to eat next. So all this food I just took in, I'm going to store it as fat. Because what are fat reserves? That's when your body goes into survival mode because it feeds off fat. That's why when people go out in the wild, they get stuck somewhere, they haven't eaten in 5 days, they're still alive. You know why? And they're skinny because their body literally ate all that fat. Fat reserves are for survival. So when your body goes into survival mode, boom, packs on all the fat for it to feed on just in case. Those 23 hours, that's what your body's doing.
so, and that's, from my understanding, that is very different than intermittent fasting where you're eating in a extended period, not 10-minute meal, but 4 to 6 hours, whatever. So don't mix that up with intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
That's not exactly what we're talking about.
And that's another subject. But
Whole nother weekly thruster on that one. But anyway, yeah. So tell us a little bit about what clean machine meals are. And the only reason as you guys all know, I don't bring anything into the gym that I haven't tried on myself. Like me, all the coaches, we love the Driven products. We take them ourselves. Me, I eat clean machine meals every week. And to be honest with you, I may not eat if I didn't have them. So one, convenience is a huge, but tell us a little bit about, and I'm going to grab a sample of it.
Go.
You tell everybody what they are, how you make them.
So, Clean Machine Meals, this is my company, as you know, or as we were talking about. It's a meal, here it is. Here's the thing, not the most beautiful thing, and here's what we have. Honey buffalo chicken, stuffed sweet potatoes with pickled onions and cilantro. So in here, it's an entire meal. All the macronutrients are accounted for you. It's all done, the calorie intake. Again, not the most beautiful presentation, and as a chef, that was the hardest pill for me to swallow, is having to put that aside. But what it is fits in this little vacuum seal bag. And you can fit about 14 of these meals in a regular just lunch bag. 14 meals. So they're not taking up all the space in your fridge. Also, this vacuum seal, compared to anything else, like a meal prep container, it's going to stay fresh in here for 10 to 12 days. And I mean, it tastes just like the day we cooked it. And that's the sacrifice we had to make, the give and take, the trade for the beauty of it is the freshness. So, and these freeze easy. I mean, look at that. There's no oxygen in there, so these don't oxidize. There's no water retention. There's no ice that builds up on them. You take one out of the freezer. If you choose to freeze them, fresh is always better. Take them out, put them in the fridge the night before, go to work or whatever, next day, boom. And again, you fit this in a lunchbox and in anything, and just travel with you. These are great for traveling people. I know Mike's taken them with him on the road before, places he's gone there.
Oh, yeah, you just cut them open and you scoop it out of the bag. I mean,
if you're crazy, a lot of people just cut it open and just out the bag. I wouldn't recommend it, but hey, you do you.
I microwave them just because it's time, but I have put them in a pan and heated them back up long way.
All those things. There's also heating instructions right there on there. I say right there on there.
Tell me about the ingredients in this. It doesn't look like there's no scientific chemical names or anything like that.
No. So all the ingredients, I don't know. You can't maybe here for a sec. See, boom. There's ingredients right there. There's nothing hidden, and it's always plain. Like food, cooking and food isn't complicated. Like ingredients: chicken, sweet potato, garlic, onion, honey, cilantro, cayenne pepper, ghee, which is clarified butter, which you cook all the milk solids out of the butter. So now it's lactose free. Another story. Orange juice, lime juice, salt, pepper. That's it. So that might be a lot of ingredients because the food tastes good. It's not bland. It's not just boiled chicken and steamed veggies and rice. There's none of that. I'm a professional.
What's in this?
Don't worry about it.
You are going a million miles an hour.
That's just the ADHD really kicking in, and I haven't taken my meds. I've never taken meds, actually, so that might be an issue. That's, again, another story. Moving on.
Whole Foods, absolutely delicious and really, really, really convenient. For all the people who are tracking your macros, they're right here on the label. It's almost cheating if you're a macro tracker.
It's done for you. It's done for you.
And it's almost impossible to overeat. And you spend more on going out to lunch at a
You do.
restaurant with hydrogenated oils in it than you are
Yeah,
with your food.
these guys, these are $12 a piece, and what you get in that is all whole foods, mostly all organic. As always, when we can get it, when it's in from our purveyors, they're always organics, always sustainable. Our meats are beefs, grass fed. Chickens are free range. All those things are not being processed in a plant somewhere. So those are always important to us as well. Using animals that were treated fairly and humane and lived the best life that they could.
Fantastic. So, awesome. If you guys have any questions about Clean Machine meals, you just order directly from his website. They magically show up in the gym. I don't know how that happens. It's amazing. And we're going to talk a lot about nutrition. And as soon as we open up, we're going to hopefully have a socially distanced nutrition workshop for everybody. Sample out some of Ryan's food for that. Who knows when that's going to be? Hopefully sooner than later. But anyway, if you guys have questions, hit me up, hit Ryan up.
Instagram, we're on Instagram. Check out all our pictures. DM me, Facebook as well. CleanMachineMeals.com. Instagram handle just Clean Machine Meals. Any questions you have about the meals, concerns, suggestions, please reach out.
Yeah, I'll put the link down in the comments below. All right, happy Tuesday. That was the weekly thruster for this week. And yeah, do you want to flex for the awkward ending? We always have an awkward ending. I didn't disclose that to you.
Is this the awkward ending?
Yeah. Well,
Well, now you made it awkward. Did you turn it off? Is
I
it
do.
over?
No, it's still going.
Shit. Okay.
Where's the
flex?
There we go. That's Clean Machine meal power right there.
That's not awkward
yeah,
at all.
yeah.